New and updated mods are out now for Farm Sim 22. A total 24 mods were released today on the in-game mod hub. All platforms got 13 new, and we got 9 updates. PC Mac players got 3 new and 5 updates. If that doesn't sound like it adds up to 24, you're right. There were a few mods that were released during the week that we haven't talked about yet, and you'll find all those right here in this video. So let's do it. Starting off with our new ones for all platforms, we got Ravenport 22 from Celebuki. Celebuki is the same modder that brought us maps like Alma, Missouri, and Iowa Plains View. So very interesting to see them now bringing over a different map. Actually, I think they did one of the other ones, maybe Gold Crest or something like that. I've already done a full video showing off this map specifically, so I'm not going to be going into detail as much as I did in that video, but some things you need to know. A couple things have changed, like the train system, for example, which comes in at the top of the map, comes down through all of the points where it did go, it still goes. So it's still going to pick up stuff all the way around through here. However, you can see right there, however, it leaves, so it does not come through the green elevator west. That is now just a sell point. Actually, was that a sell point to begin with? I'm not sure, but what I do know is that. We still have the same fields, the same areas. We start off with stuff a little bit different. For example, all of our fields here are ready to harvest now. It's not one, and then this, and then that. You can harvest everything right away and be good to go. You can also buy different areas a little bit further up the top of the mountain. That's pretty cool. Little areas through there. And also, so we poke around, this. You see, I'm in here right now with that. Look at this. Look at this. The building's got a door that works. It's all we wanted. Why do we have buildings with doors that don't work? The rest of these don't work, I gotta be honest with you, but that one does. And there's another one up here at the top of the hill that works too. This big old barn, the big old red barn. Boop, got it. This whole thing works too, so you can bring in some larger equipment, a combine harvester, something like that. You good, man. You're super good. There's also this area. So this used to be like a big sell point kind of area. Now, it's an animal pit area. We've got a place for our cattle here. We've also got a place for sheep and everything else around too. Everything you could possibly ask for is on this map. It is back, and it is better than ever. I think I like this version a lot better than the 19 version. The 19 version wasn't too bad. Something else pretty cool. All of the production chains, or at least pretty much all of them, you could sell them. So, for example, you can see here when I get close to this, all of this turns blue. Now, I can't sell it yet because I don't own it. But once you buy it, you could sell it and get all your money back and then use it as a placeable area if you want to. It's not completely flat. The terrain is exactly the way you see it here. It's pretty cool. It's a really nice addition to the game there. Now, PDA all in general, here you go. You can see everything the way that it is. Here is your growth calendar. I believe this is base game, so it's looking pretty standard through there. And we will take a look at stuff that we get. Starting equipment is a little bit different than we're used to. We get the Case Maxim. We also have a John Deere 7810 and a Massey tipper. Okay, so it's not too different from base game. We do get a cultivator, a different cultivator than we normally get. We get a round baler and a couple weights. So there you go, Ravenport. If you're looking at this going, yeah, big deal, what's Ravenport? This was a base game map in Farming Simulator 19. It was the American base game map. A lot of people enjoyed it. Some people did not like it very much because there was trash everywhere, unlike Felsbrunn, which there was really no trash around. Kind of didn't look great on Americans, so yeah, it is here. A lot of the trash has been removed, and that has not been removed, well, can be. So there you go. Next up, we have the versatile four-wheel drive tractors from BC Mueller. We've been talking about these for what feels like forever on Farm Sim News, and now we don't have to do that anymore unless there's some updates. We have a couple different ones. We got the Geotrac as well as the four-wheel drive version. Man, I love a four-wheel drive. Let's take a look at the Geotrac first. 583 horsepower. We got a power shift transmission on there. 1,749 liters of fuel. Oh my goodness. It goes 26 miles an hour. 25.2 tons, if that matters to you. Now, year-end model. This is the 2022 530 edition. We could go up to the 580 and the 620. So we have 665 horsepower. Then we could go to the 2020 with a different setup. Then we also have a 2016 and a 2016 with a little bit of different setup there. And we also have the New Holland Heritage Edition, or the NH, it's New Holland, right? I mean, come on, it's blue. Versatile on there. and then back to standard again. Wheel setups, we have the Camso. We also have those in a 36 as well as 30. We could do the Geotrac setup in those. We have the Trackman. That's kind of cool. I am back to the Camso again. I kind of like the Track guy, but the Gator ones are a little bit chunkier. I don't know. Why don't we just go with the Camso 36? I can sit here all day trying to find the right tracks. Lighting, we have the Deluxe lighting package, Deluxe Plus, which adds some LEDs all the way around. And then we got a light bar around towards the front. Love that light bar, by the way. Monitor, we've got old and new monitor around towards the inside. New one's a little bit bigger, just heads up there. Front weights, we have a standard set, 1800. We've also got support for the K9 dozer blade. Oh yeah, from Carl Farms. Yeah, you definitely want that. Beacon lights, we've got old, new. New is the LED setup or none. GPS, we have a standard GPS setup, yes or no. Attachments, we have standard. You've got PTO on the very back. PTO with mid weights on the back there. Rear weights, and then just mid weights. Both sets of weights or nada. If you go with both sets of weights, it goes from 25.2 tons up to 28.6 tons. What is that? 3.4 tons? Chunky boys right there. And then we have our license plate. Now we go over here, same stuff pretty much all over. We do have a couple different sets for wheels. So here we have Michelin. There's no Camso here. Midas, Trelleborg, Continental, BKT, Vredestein, and then Lizard, which is very cool. So taking a look at here, we've got a couple different setups for duals, and we even have trips on there for the Michelin tires. That's pretty cool. Midas, basically the same setup there, except no dual, or no triples rather. Trelleborg, kind of flying through here. We do have a set of trips, so if you want to go with Trelleborg trips, rock and roll. Continental, yes, we have trips as well there, and then BKTs, which are my favorite, but no trips there. But we do have chunky duals. Now Vredestein is just a standard setup, and then we have different sets for our lizards. So these are going to mock a couple different brands that we have in game. But I mean, come on, man, there's only one that you're going for. The LSWs, of course. Are there anything else that we've got on here? Nope. That looks to be it. Next is the Excavator Liebherr 902 pack from Black Sheep Mining. Super cool to see this out. Now, if you don't remember, there was a version that was released for PC and Mac and all platforms. However, had that control type at the top, the BKL or the SAE. Well, they have since removed that completely because it was causing issues on consoles and is now just showing up like this. If you're like me and play on PC and you've got both of those, the new one is the first one. So this is the one on the left or above or whatever. So you're like me, it took a second to figure it out, but if it doesn't give you the control group, you're good. Now, we have basically the exact same stuff here that we did before. All the same customization, all the same features, everything except for that control group. So let's take one of these into the outside and we'll take one of those. Yeah. That should work just fine. Now, this now works exactly the way you would expect. Everything works perfectly. Now, I'm definitely not the person to showcase that. However, it does. It works perfectly fine. We do have a couple control groups. I want to kind of see what that's all about. Come on, DJ. You can do this. A little bit lower. Got it. Yeah. So now we are on control group number 2, and that opens our door. And that's about it. So control group number 1 is going to be the arm and everything having to do with that. And then control group number 2 will be the vehicle itself. So is this out now? Yes. Is it a returning mod? Technically, yes. Is it new for consoles? Also, yes. It works great. Yeah, perfect. That's what it should have been the whole time. Next is the John Deere X9 full animated. I thought this was fully animated, but it's just full animated. Has, I think, all of the same normal stuff as the normal version. The rear wheels look a little bit teeny tiny. Wonder if there's a way for us to make those larger. Negative. Are those supposed to be that small? Maybe it's just me. I'm not sure. Let's get one of these because the feature set is not the customization. The feature set is being able to open stuff and do this and that. So we, of course, can enable and disable our straw swap, but we can do that on all combines. We also have bit here that opens up something. Yeah, there we go. We've got moving windows there, so that's kind of cool. Moving rear pipe, that's kind of neat. We got the side panel inside. We can move that around. Ooh, look at that. It's got some movement to it. Our other mirror, that's really nice to see. And we can change up the angle of our display on the inside. How cool is that? And a bunch of stuff right there. That's pretty sweet. Now, they do say that there's a couple, I think, other things that we could do here. Let's see if let's pop out here. Let's unfold this, or fold it back up, rather. Is the ladder coming down? Ladder is not coming down. So there were a few things that were different from this. So left door, we don't remember seeing the door open, so I'm not sure if there was that or not. We also had access to the ladder. That was not there. Engine hatches, those are not there. We also have driver's seat armrest, which we had. Passenger seat, that did not work. Both monitors, one of them worked, so that was good. Sliding curtain, that was not a thing, and other features, they say. That is interactive control stuff, so just a heads up there. The rest of the stuff is IC. Next, we got the new Holland TX66. Oh yeah, man. We have Midas, Lizard, Michelin, Trelleborg, and Vredestein wheels on here. Standard wides and Chaucabo is, I think for this one, we're going to go with a Michelin chunker setup. Decals, we do have a couple different sets, although I got a feeling a lot of people are going with type 3 or what was it, type 4. Just a hunch. We do have warning stripes on here, yes or no, if you want them. And then we have our license plates. This 266 horsepower, variable transmission, 600 liters of fuel, 24 miles per hour, 8,000 liters of stuff, and 13.6 tons. We also have a header, 6.1 meters, 6 miles an hour. Not too bad. No customization options on here. Would be nice to have maybe the logo match up with the combine, but I don't know if it did that in real life. Just would be cool to see in the game. Next is Animal Trailer. This is based off of the Wilson Trailers Silver Star. However, the mod itself is just called Animal Trailer. A design on here, we have a standard, we have a wooden panel design, and a galvanized, no, it's not galvanized, that is like a diamond cut metal. That's pretty sweet. We do have colors on here, so we could change that up. As a matter of fact, I think it'd be really cool to change this up to like a black. Actually, no, that'd be really bad. The animals would toast. Wheel options, let's go black through there, and then design, maybe wood. It does not look good. Maybe black here? And it looks okay. I think the metal would look cool here, but again, a black trailer might be a little bit too warm during the day. Now, this holds 12 cattle, 36 pigs, 38 sheep, and 12 horses. Not a lot, to be fair, but hey, it is what it is. Next is our Madara Odisey, the Agro Odisey. We have two cultivators in here. One is 4 meters, and the other one's also 4 meters. How are both of these 4 meters? I guess this is tiny but folds up. 120 horsepower on here, 9 miles an hour. We've got speed signs around towards the back. Yes and no. We also have main color on here. Ooh, I like it a blue. I mean, it's purple. It's not blue, but hey, I'll take it. Design color. Let's go black there. Ooh, let's make that red. And then room colors. Let's go black. Hey, you can change that up. That's pretty cool. And then we have a similar setup here. Looks like it's the exact same setup. Next, we have the Mod Lizard Barrel. This could be found, well, it says slurry tanks, but I mean, some of it's slurry. This one's slurry. This one is liquid fertilizer and herbicide. Now, these hold 10,000 liters each. I'm not sure why it says 10 M3 there and then 10,000 there. Maybe it's because they copied the PC mod. They have a PC version of this as well. Maybe, I'm not quite sure. This also had at one point a required mod. However, it does not look like it's required anymore. Now let's talk about placeables. We don't have a whole bunch of them today, but this one's pretty cool. I will do anything to not have to make TMR, and this will do it for me right here. So we've got two things. This is called the feed mixer mod. We have a compound feed mixer, which is doing your TMR, and then we have a pig pit, the pig one. Yep, the pig one. We have in here the TMR. This is going to be 250 liters of grass. Yes, grass. 250 liters of hay, 100 liters of straw, 100 liters of silage, and 50 liters of mineral feed, which is really interesting, and that will make 750 liters of TMR. So this adds grass. It also makes mineral feed much more important than it would be normally. This is pretty cool. Plus, I mean, it doesn't require as much silage. This is kind of nice. I like that. Now, over here, it's got little baby piggies on the front, so you'll know that it is pigs. And then this one takes a lot of stuff. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in here. We have potatoes. You need 50 liters of those. You need 50 liters of cut sugar beets. You also need 50 liters of regular sugar beets, 75 liters of sorghum, 75 of corn, 75 of oats, 75 wheat, 75 barley, 100 barley. Oh my goodness. 100 canola, 100 soybeans, and 100 sunflowers. And out will pop 850 liters of pig food. So this is kind of neat because it's going to challenge you to have to get a lot more things than you're used to getting, but you're not losing anything. And like I said, this makes mineral feed much more important. I would rather use this any day. Next, we got the big storage garage. This is a big old garage, man. I mean, a real big garage. Inside is absolutely massive. We do have some storage stuff here. It doesn't look like we can steal any of it, so maybe in a different day. This could be found in sheds, and you can actually change up the top of it up here, so you can see that. Let's grab a hold of big storage here, and you can see we've got a lot of different colors to choose from. Very cool. Next, we have the small Dutch machine shed. Now, this is pretty darn cool. In here, we've got a nice little area where we can mess around with stuff. Can I steal those? Please let me steal the I have pliers. Where's K-bottom? We've got a couple different storage rooms. So stupid. Now we've got a couple different areas through there. There are two over here that I'm convinced are exactly the same. They cost the same. Everything's exactly the same on the inside. Come in here. Everything's looking good. Take the pliers. These, I believe, are mine. And we will use these to open up this door. There we go. And then here, again, I'm not 100% sure what the difference is between this one and this one. Maybe it's the red going across. Are those red as well? Those are red as well. I don't know. I think they're the same. I need help. Next to last new ones for today are the Farm Medium Pack from Holst FS. Now, Holst FS has been around a long time. This one's a little bit tricky, though, because he didn't actually say what's included, which is kind of frustrating because I had no idea. I had to look everywhere. I think I found everything. If I missed it, I'm so sorry, guys. Let's take a look here. So this version, you can see, has two doors, where that one only had one front and back. Similar thing here, except it doesn't have the awning on the side. So front door at the back, yada, yada, yada. Then we have a silo system. So we have that. Door opens. Everything is good. Turn on my window right here so I can see what this holds, if anything. Well, maybe if we look in our silos, it'll tell us. Oh, silos. There we go. 850,000 liters. Why would it tell me that? Oh. A really small little point right there. Yeah, 850,000 liters. There you go. Then, I think that's everything that way. Then over here, we have a couple different houses. So this is house number one. Not too bad, not too bad. Can't go in, but you can sleep outside. And then you can come around here. Same thing for house number two. And then we have a way station. So these are just buildings at the end of the day. There's no productions. But if there are, I couldn't find them. And your last new one today for all platforms is the Calvbarn. This is designed for calves. However, it was released on all platforms. There are a couple maps that support calves now, so that's good. But this one does not. We're on the base game, so we can't try that out. We've got a couple things all the way around. As you can see, we've got a place for food. We've got a place for the animals, and that's it. There's nothing else you could do. Open up my help window here. Let's see, we've got food is 10,000 liters, so is straw, and so is manure. So manure, I guess, is going to be right in there. It's got a capacity. Very cool. Now let's talk about updates for all platforms that came out today. Reaper 2000 Harvester from Agtrucker 921. This is version 1003. It's at the top of your screen. Cleaned up the XML files, updated the Reaper decals, special thanks to his daughter for all of her hard work, and added new crawler track choices. Awesome. And if you're curious, here is the new logo. It is the Reaper, a little bit nicer, handing you a piece of dirt. But of course, you could go with nada, or you can go with some of my favorites. I love this one. I love it so much. It's super cute. Now, I did keep the original one right here. We'll kind of take a look at that again and see what it looked like. Yeah, there you go. So that was the OG one right there. So a little bit different, but nothing too crazy. Also for Mac Trucker 921, the Flatbed Monster Truck version 1001 added many different strobing options to choose from. They do say caution strobe lights can trigger certain players that may be sensitive to flashing lights. Strobe lights are set to none as a default for this reason. Another reason that I don't use strobes very often. When I do, I try and warn you guys. Here's a mod that is an update technically, but was re-released, I guess. This was released a couple weeks ago, I think, but it was quickly removed. Well, it is back, and I do think there's a new credit section there for Agro Design Austria. I could be mistaken. BGamer003 and Agro Design Austria are both really, really good and talented modders. So, well, I'd say anytime they get together, things will be good. Something else good is the Lizard M99 planter. I love this thing. Version 1.2 texture correction of the marker hydraulics, and versions of 6 and 10 meter working with were added. Yeah. So here was the original one, the 8 meter working with. Of course, we had a bunch of different colors. It's pre-set up for John Deere. Now, this is the smaller guy now, 6 meters old there, and then we have a larger 10 meter. Oh, that's so cool. If you are curious, these do add solid fertilizer. You've also got the seed on there, of course, and it will direct drill. So that's pretty darn cool. Let's get to crushing with the Universal Crusher version number 2. New production chain or production building. New field types: quartz, sand, gold ore, copper ore, gold, copper, silicon. It's semiconductor. Hey, we're making CPUs. Awesome. Also, the production's been optimized. Very cool. And an update to the small Calvbarn version 1002. They've added manure system. That's PC only, but they did improve some visuals, and that's all platforms. Next is the Elegant House version 1.2. Fix the Christmas lights, fix the door, and solar panels changed to another model. So now we have a model with and without solar panels. And your last update from today is the Lower Bavarian Farm Pack version 1002. Cowshed small area fixed. There was also one mod update that dropped a few days ago, and it was American Falls. Now, this released earlier this week. However, the version that released was literally just the same version that we had. This is now an updated version with version 1.2. Some of this stuff is cross-platform, some of it is PC only, and some of it doesn't mention it, so I'm just going to read it out word for word for you guys. So we have premium expansion DLC crops working. That includes carrots, parsnips, and red beets. That is cross-platform. Mud Mart has been added. That is PC only. Better Weeds by JMZ. Grazing added for cows and sheep. That is PC only as well. Cow capacity up to 400. Gurval DLC pack updated, cross-platform. Extra animals added, cross-platform. Goat's milk, cross-platform. Farmlands updated. Clover removed to make room for new DLC crops. Oxygen David's rye has been added. BC Bueller Farms flax has been added. New animals added. They already mentioned that. For cross-platform, they do say that only ModHub animal placeables will work, not base game. So heads up there. Antler 22 moddings, alfalfa, and custom tillage textures added. Manure heap has been added for cows, for cross-platform. 4D modding, or IR Agri modding, custom slurry textures. Bullet bills, crop textures for wheat, canola, barley, and oats. Let's move down a little bit. We have Benji FS's maize crops, corn, soybeans, and rows. I need some water. Alfalfa silage clamps have been added for cross-platform. Only custom animal husbandries work from ModHub with the new animals. I feel like half the stuff on here is being said 2 or 3 times. Goodness gracious. A wire fence removed from entrance of cow farm gate, as well as a riverbank near the sheep farm. Green mill fix, collectible under the map reposition. A contract's been fixed. A new save game is needed. Hopefully that wasn't too confusing. Jumping over to some new ones for PC and Mac players. The only new one today is going to be the Börger FL1036. So this comes in a little bit of a 2-pack. These are pumps. So one pump's going to be, well, for 3 point of PTO. And guess what? This one is as well. We've got a nice in, we've got a nice out, and well, over here, similar story. We've got a nice in and an out and a big opening there as well. So very, very cool. These work with the manure system, and otherwise they serve no purpose. One of the new mods for PC players that released a few days ago was Backroads County 4X. This is from FSG. This is a fictional 4X USA and Canadian inspired map placed out in the backroads farming industry. There you find one pre-built farm surrounded with farmland and forestry. There's lime by point, woodland, we have sawmill, 81 fields, precision farming ready, stone quarry, and 2 train silos. Very cool. Here's our PDA so you can kind of get an idea of what it looks like. And we even have our train right here, rocking and rolling diesel locomotive. Gotta love it, man. Gotta love it. The pre-placed farm is down over here. If we kind of pop around, see if I can fly without bumping into anything here. We're all over the place. The Red Barn Pack is a required mod for this, so make sure you guys have that downloaded. At least when I'm recording this, it doesn't show that as being required on Mod Hub, but it is, trust me. So make sure you got that. It's a nice little setup. It's very basic, so you guys will be able to come in here and kind of change it up and do whatever you want. And of course, because these are required mods, you can go through and delete them. I complain about it a lot, but it is one of the good things about it. Otherwise, we've just got a bunch of kind of squared off fields, some rounded fields, stuff like that. Fairly basic layout, but interesting enough to where you can put some things together or take some areas, for example, like this, and, well, do whatever you want to with it. You're able to do that. I believe it starts off as, like, nothing? Or what is this? Is that ground? That's dirt. So you'll have to come in here and plow that up, but you got plenty of land to do it on. Very cool, very nice. Let's take a look at our growth calendar. This is definitely a little bit different than the base game. Corn is definitely going for a lot further, so that is nice. And soybean planting is definitely a lot longer as well. I think maybe wheat harvesting's into November now. Can't remember what it is for base game for that or not, but nonetheless, very cool, very simple, and I think it'll be a fun map to kind of get you guys started off in 4X maps. If you're on PC and maybe you're like me and you don't normally play on 4X maps, it's maybe a good one to start off with. It'll be easy to get around. Keep in mind, 4X maps are 4 times larger than base game maps. They big. Let's talk about some equipment. Massey Ferguson 8S and the Massey 3670. Blows my mind that both those are medium tractors. Large tractors, we have the 7R and the Magnum 340. Really messing with people there. And then we have the Max Superliner. We do have a big combine harvester, 9250, so probably won't need to upgrade that. We got the Berthow 4200 and a Kloss Scorpion telehandler. A lot of people asking for more telehandlers recently, so you got one there. We also have a pickup truck. We've got a big old pace setter dumper, and we've got an auger wagon. Big header to go along with our combine. We've got a rock picker, a big plow. How much horsepower does that plow require? 360? Yeah, I think we could probably do that. 374. Yeah, I think you'll be fine with that. We've also got cultivators on here. We've got, 374, but that requires 375. Hoo-hoo, have fun. Seeders, nice big seeder, love that. Big planter as well. Big roller, some front and rear mowers. Big windrow. We've also got a baler that'll do some round and wrapped bells. Animal mixer. We got telehandler tools, a weight, and a trailer to pull some stuff around. And man, oh man, if this map doesn't give you everything that you need. Whew, little jerky there. Another mod that released for PC and Mac players over the last few days was the PFMZ Z302 Orkan 2. This is a mower, so you hook it up to the rear hitch on your tractor. You got your PTO, it mows. It's going to be 1.3 meter working width, and then we've got another hitch behind it, and then it will shoot it out the auger. It's kind of like a really, really small forage harvester that does grass, if you want to think about it like that. 35 horsepower is required on this, 6 mile per hour max speed. Very, very nice. We have the forage harvester screw on, then we have the forage harvester fastened, and then we have the mulcher, which is very cool, and we have potato and beet peeler as well. This will do a lot of different things, and I definitely see a lot of people using this, especially if you're doing small-time realistic stuff, Polish maps, maps like that. This is going to be the one to go with. Wheel brands, we do have a couple on here. One of them I can pronounce, BKTs. And we got some standard and some chunky boys. The Stommel, we also have some big and small. Now, working cover, we have the silent or single large, and then we have the 4 small. I guess that's down here, isn't it? Yeah, there you go. We also have the single large, 4 small, tarpaulin number 2, tarpaulin number 3, or nada. Type of pipe adjustment, we have the first type, and then we have the second type. Gotta love it. PTO cover, we have semi-round, square, and nada. We also have round. Tire pressure decal, we got that on there too. Wheel attachments, older and newer. Reflectors, older and newer. And then we have type of rear hitch. This is an older and newer hitch there too. Clutch cover, older and newer. Attachers in the middle, at the top, at the bottom. In the middle, at the top, at the bottom. Choose which one you need. Decal configs, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and back down. All of these are a little bit different, and then just none altogether. kind of nice. Drum attachment, or drum cover type, rather. We do have older and newer on there. Main colors, we've got an older color palette. We'll go with a nice blue PTO cover. Well, you're stuck with yellow, so may as well go with there. Color decals, let's change that up to black. Color of the hubs, let's go with a really awkward red color in there. And then lastly, rim color. Boom, to match. Now let's talk about updates for PC and Mac players that came out today. First one is Extended Straw Crops version 1002. Fixed an error when the map does not have any of the supported crops. And your only other update for PC and Mac players that came out today is Digital Display. This is version 1.1. Fix for Lua error when exiting the game. Info from the robot is now displayed, however, not always correct. What? Delayed processing to improve performance for large warehouses, 0.5 seconds. That's great. Contents under 1 liter are no longer displayed. That's a good thing, I think. Fixed an error when reading the mod name. Check translation added and description corrected. This has been one of the cooler mods. Like, this is really neat, especially if you play on PC. Slap one of these things beside anything that holds stuff and you're good to go. Lastly, we also had some updates that dropped for PC and Mac players a few days ago. The first one is the Gaugenberg 4X version 1002 Lua fix at Schweigert Farm tomato pallets. The increased maximum purchase limit for animals has been updated to 1001. Remove the mod being available for multiplayer selection as it is not compatible, and neither are my words. And Universal Autoload updated to version 151. It's up at the top of the screen. Added support for pallets in the Straw Harvest Pack. Super cool. And that is it. That is all I've got for you for today. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, drop a like and subscribe if you do. Enjoy the DjGoHam fam. Make sure that notification bell's on as well. You never miss farming simulator videos like this one here on the channel. I just hope you guys have a great, awesome weekend. It's nice to see a normal mod day again, and hopefully this trend continues. Otherwise, just have a good one. We'll see you guys later.